Hey everyone, and welcome back to another comic studio for many more like those things as well. It's been for a long year for one thing as well. It's been over a year about checking out comic studio for every year for to do this as well. Even though that I have spent over 1 year in comic studio because I completely still refuse to get back to railroads like themselves as well and still refuse to post for for one of my footages and many more some kind of stuff as well for a lot of answers as well. Even though I have found anything as well, I might gonna be reorganized for my data. So unfortunately, I'm unable to be posting them for a lot of time as well. And so I am extremely confused for a whole life before October 14th for around here that starts in 10:30 p.m. and yesterday as well since October 13 for starting around here that were decided to move to Windows 11 for pretty quite sure, but it cost so expensive that I'm not gonna be witnesses for around for some kind of computer crisis for it to do this as well. That could be able to be costing around for this thing as well. But that time that we don't able to be talking about for this thing as well, let's go for Bugbo that we're going to be searching for. And this is actually what I just going to be searching for. The Bugbo could be for around for this thing as well. And let's search for here. But as you can see for around here, the Bugbo Comic Studios for some sort of a less for around bit as well. So the Bugbo Comic Studio was something is absolutely for the main one. It was being taken down like this thing as well. So togetherness makes any kind of unknown efforts for some funny comics as well. So we're gonna be finding out for what this thing is going to be for whatsoever as well. So I'm probably sure that isn't going to be for such as a little bit as thing as well, and related to Barney references for such as kids video for some sort of for these things as well for some kind of nursery rhymes or some sort of like anything whatsoever. Anyways, let's jump into those two comic creators that we're going to be checking this out. So the two links are going to be in the description except for this one. So I'm going to be started around for the year, and it's absolutely for 4 different amount of characters. There must be Bugbo over here, Jobo, the Guardian Joe, and Hopo, or the Hopper, like anything as well. More characters like themselves aren't like OCs or official like this. There are unofficial like for unknown reference, such as the Stone Merchant, the Empate, the Inipata, the Stone Marge, the Hollow Crown, the Hollow Clown, Quentin Mayer, Thomas Flywater. Another one is the Red Brother, Ant Farmer, Herman, Perry Garrigan, and Zip the Fly. So probably for seeing here, lots of things towards Bensi, the creator of Bugbo, and the Bugbo wiki fandom as well. Any folders with a Bugbo logo can be in nothing could be for around here. The folders within the Bugbo logo as an icon of the placeholder. However, the banner is staying as that. And stuff could be for need for a few more sprites. That since the sprites has been already added for around here since I have been recorded this video since summer. And of course, it was owned by Bensley. And however, the characters like themselves that I found, it's gonna be getting a little bit disturbing for just one thing. Because I'm very not sure this isn't going to be for such as one thing. And for some kind of like these, it could be for some sort of wizard. This isn't going to be for the icon wizard, the full body of the hollowed clown. The mayor, there's probably for some sort of like the bugs as well. The Thomas Flywater and the Red Brother could be for some sort of a little bit of full scale. The farmer, and there must be Hairman, Bird and the Fly, and something is absolutely there must be available submitted rights for pretty that much. So there is another Ingadian Joe, and more some kind of like those things as well. Strawberry Elephant from the enemies of India, and I cannot believe this isn't gonna be another one. Another one something a little. Oh no, this is getting a little bit disturbing. Big Fat Man, and probably there must be plush version about the Bugbo. There must be a little bit for acids. There must be poster and some kind of a bubble bug or some sort of for a think bubble. And for some sort of the backgrounds, like the play screens, sun and the globe. And on the globe for the regular, the Bugbo, like those things. We're starting off with the play screens, but I never eventually, it wasn't going to be just like the show. This could be for some sort of a video game, of course, and which is actually for some sort of old video games like this. Could be for 3D textures around here for some sort of like this, and is not gonna be, could be like that real as well. The unknown real thing isn't going to be for such as a little bit existence in the Windows XP, and probably I'm not pretty sure that wasn't probably exist in the Windows XP, but some sort of Windows XP versions that making the show look like pretty old as well. The sun and the planet could be for some sort of like these, and on for the overworld for some sort of like this. Could be from factories and the countryside. I'm not pretty sure this isn't going to be for such as that. Over the space-time. And the factory. And probably like getting a little bit more isn't going to be for such as well. We got more sprites on submitted like those things. And probably I have seen this old-fashioned phones, the bug phones, the Gerbo's phone could be for around for the old-fashioned telephone, or there's some kind of the cellular phone, and many kinds of drawings, couple of stuff, posters, whenever we find out as well, and there must be a little bit more. Of course, that must be some sort of Barney reference. And pretty some sort of a little bit for amount of those things as well. The Crystal Cave on the Rocketerie. And many more look like these things as well. Well, probably inside the factory. For some sort of a little bit for these things as well. So, in the minings that the Melon Bun Cookie has just found out. And the planet Earth, that something is absolutely completely orbiting around here for something as well. And we don't not able to be tried to use for the play screens that I have seen this for some sort of like those things. The normal backgrounds was absolutely probably limited as well. The Thomas Flywater's Lyra, and probably for some sort of like those things. And the respective folders could be with their repetitive images, but unfortunately something is going to be taken down after summer as well. But since I have recording this in the summer, many of those some kind of sprites and images are missing, except moving forward into the future, that since that still summertime as well, or the rainy season, for some kind of for heavy rains and storms, whenever that could causing around here. So I might gonna be right back up this video, as I might gonna be finishing this out as well. So let's go to move into the next one, and of course we might able to be finishing the results. Eventually, another Bugbo Comic Studio was completely underrated as well. There were limited characters, except that other kinds around for some sort of other kinds of stuff around here. So another comic studio about Bugbo isn't going to be for such as well that were probably that used to be for some sort of studio crossovers. So we're still absolutely going to be using for studio crossovers such as the Bugbo. It was even for this thing as well. So another Bugbo comic studio was aren't underrated at all. There must be another Bugbo comic studio was completely underrated at about of those things as well. So I wonder if we're gonna be checking out for this Bugbo like those things as well. So I'm gonna be finding out another Bugbo comic studios for some sort of one overhaul as well. So there is not going to be fan made and holiday series as well. They were completely underrated as well for such as for between the characters as well. 4 characters even as well, and 5 friends and enemies. For just like for some sort of like those things, whatever that I just found out. And it was temporarily underrated as well. As you can see, there's some kind of drafts that I just completely added for some sort of Bugbo Comic Studios from around here. So another one. And I mean another one is the Bugbo Comic Studio. Could be for some sort of like this thing as well. It has only 5 characters left, and it does not absolutely have anything it will, including all of the backgrounds and many more sprites, whenever that I just found it out. But nothing is just going to be the same thing whenever it is going to be literally as possible. So these 2 comic creators are underrated except this, and it won't be able to find out without further ado as well. So just going to be only one comic creator to be linked in the description below before it's going to be taken down by something unknown as Roblox moderators that I just literally find it out as well. Because I was right about the Roblox moderators that I just literally that I never saw. And eventually I added Cookie Run characters and Happy Wheels and Stickmans that absolutely still need to edit a little bit more for round as well, except Freeman that I didn't actually for just added for literally as possible. So anyways, that added Cookie Run characters such as the Kiwi Cookie who's riding for a little bicycle over here and battling against for the irresponsible dad with his son Billy versus Mopped Coop or Mopped Couple with his motorcycle over here, or somewhat electric motorcycle to get all the way for come from. And I cannot believe that was probably in the countryside. That is cycling battle. It wasn't going to be for some sort of like this. This is not the reality of this thing as well. So I might going to be moving for some sort of a little bit for one direction over here. There was battle near the sun, battle far from the sun and earth. Could be literally as to be fighting for as well between Xylitol Nova Cookie and Raspberry Mousse Cookie as well. Even for to do this as well, but I'm probably sure that could be for some sort of the enemy. And another friend could be coming around for the battle against things as well. One from the top hat, two guys over here, and 1 security officer. And there will be 2 aloe cookies, 1 G-man right beside her, and Schneeball Cookie right over here for one thing. On the outer space of the planet Earth, there was a phantom from Minecraft, and another floating persons could be for round astronaut cookie, another astronaut cookie in a rocket or some sort of a space shuttle, and there is another aloe cookie over here and especially for some sort of space donut, was calling for some sort of like kinds of others and people around on the Earth as well. On the entrance, there must be for some sort of the Xylitol employee science. I'm not sure. There was the Xylitol employee. There's Dr. Bones cookie and Banquet's cookie that near on the entrance as well. For some sort of a mining, he got lost in the mines, but I'm not pretty sure. And there was Melon Bun cookie was being followed by Creeper behind him. And that was probably it for as well. And I wouldn't absolutely going to be for finding whatsoever as well for over 15 minutes as even possible to do so as well, that we think. It's going to be in the description below as I'll be ending up this video for right now as well. Don't forget that the link is going to be in the description to browse some comics, as you might going to be finding out against cringe, or literally as possible that I'm not going to be finding out whatsoever. Thanks for watching, for your support, and I'll be seeing you many lads and Comic Studio users all later, and this will be that I'm going to be signing off.